Next presenter is Jenny Ochoa from Carolmine. She's going to try to convince you that she's just an ordinary girl in an ordinary world, doing her ordinary thing. I want to introduce you to a most extraordinary woman with a unique perspective on bringing self-care to the way you present yourself to the world. Owner of Carolmine, committed to making a difference in the world. Here's Jenny O.
Everything about clothing. Now, you might wonder what's clothing got to do with self-care, right? Well, she's going to share with us some really great tips, tricks, ideas, ways to think about it. And she's bringing us a whole new world to present the way you present yourself to the world. So, self-care with Jenny Ochoa.
Hello, everybody. Can you guys see me and hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so my name is Jenny Ochoa, and I am the owner of Carolmine. It is a women's online clothing boutique, and you guys are not going to believe this, but today is actually Carolmine's 3-year anniversary. So it's our birthday, and I'm so excited and honored to be with you guys and be able to celebrate and tell my story and just give you guys some self-care tips along the way. So I will be going over is 2 self-care points that I want to discuss. The first being inner work self-care, and then the second being how you present yourself to the world through clothing. And I'll start off by just sharing my story. Carolmine is a clothing line with the revolution in mind, and we really started off with a dream of a place where people can shop fully knowing that 100% of the proceeds would be going to different organizations and causes that people care about, and just be 100% nonprofit. It was a dream of a place where people would see the wildest of dreams come true. And not only inside of the boutique and all the causes that we support, but just with the community itself, with the people within themselves and having dreams be realized. And yes, this dream started with me, but it has now become the dream and the clothing line of the people. What kind of people? The revolutionary kind. The kind of dreamers who understand that, pouring love to the world through your passions is revolutionary. And, the kind of people that are kind of over it. Aren't you guys kind of over the same old, a dynamic of the fashion world or just like the world in general? I think everybody, I don't have to say much on how this year has been, but I think there's been a need for a change up, especially in the fashion world. So the point and the dream that I'm trying to speak on is really a clothing line built by the people for the people. And it is now, because of the community that has written this dream with us, we have been able to grow to a place where we donate 100% of our proceeds 1 weekend a month, along with offering different products that are 100% donated year-round, as well as just really working hard to raise awareness to different causes through fashion and just, having people, share with me at pop-ups and things like this. So our goal is to become 100% nonprofit 365 days a year. And it's honestly been a long and bumpy road to get here. What I will share is that this dream, the root of the dream, really started out of me really trying to figure out why the heck everything that I was trying to do wasn't working out. I had a very entrepreneur spirit from as early as I could remember, and everything that I was trying just was not panning out. And it was like just a moment of being fed up and really trying to figure out why. So I began my self-care that I want to begin talking about, which is inner work, really discovering within what is in the way for you to accessing the life that you want and the dream that you have in your heart and your spirit. And for me, I spent 4 years diving into this type of self-care, like with courses and mentors and business coaching and you name it, I did it. I even worked at a self-development company. So it's like I was getting courses for free while coaching other people. It was just my life. And what I found was that really why nothing was working out was that it was all about me. It was about me being the star. And I didn't really want to admit it. It was hard to admit how much I was cutting myself off from community because of the energy that I would sometimes bring of like, I'll just handle it, or I can do it better, or let me just figure it out, and taking away the complete wonder and magic community can bring to an idea or in a project. And so, I didn't run away from this inner work. I leaned in and I leaned hard. And through compassion with myself, I was able to birth Carolmine. And it was basically a realization that in order for me to have the chance of a fully authentic life, it would look like creating things that really helped other people become the stars and not have it be about me. And what came out was an idea of a clothing line built by the people for the people. And what was crazy is that out of the process of, leaning in, doing the work, 4 years of self-care, of really going to work on myself, I became the kind of person that would believe in creating something like this, believing in myself that I can create something like this, believing in my community that we can create something like this. And out of all that work, I was then left with feeling like 10 times the star that I've ever thought I could become. And what I got was that it is absolutely okay to want to win and be the star in your life or in life in general. And what I got access to is that you really become the star when you share the room and you lift other people up and empower others to be the star, and by them being the star, you get it back too. So I share this because how you relate to yourself is a huge part of self-care. I mean, for me, it was like I was just sick and tired of things not working out. I mean, aren't you? Like, don't you want to kind of know sometimes why, like, man, why is things messing up all the time? And really sometimes the access is to just sit down, calm yourself, and do that inner work. Start meditating on what is it? Like, being honest with yourself. And let's see. A lot of times it's easy to be in the headspace of doing it all ourselves. So it's like really easy to not allow people to help us because we think it'll be faster if we just do it ourselves. And although, that is basically that energy is basically the recipe for burnout. I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys, but the real magic is when you allow community to support you, and it really is a secret ingredient to long-lasting success. It's not like doing it yourself doesn't produce results, because sometimes you really very well could do it faster by doing it yourself, like not taking the time to teach somebody, and maybe you have more experience in something, but by opening yourself up, I mean, even look at this event. I am moved by all the people in this room, and I can tell everyone's tapped in, and I care about self-care so much, but there's only so much that I could speak on. The compilation of everybody in this community speaking on it is something else, right? And so I'm just more pointing to that the secret sauce, the secret ingredient is community, and sometimes getting access to it is kind of looking within on what's blocking you from getting access. So, let's see, I'm running off here. So in my case, where I leaned on with self-care is leaning in to the inner work and being compassionate with myself and dedicating years, time, and money into this world. And through this crucial part of self-care, I was able to build an ongoing donating machine and like the foundation blocks for that. And not only that, but also the space where dreams are not hypothetical. It's a space in a community where dreams are real and they're totally possible. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen people and customers or just people who have ridden this journey with me where their dreams are fulfilled through community because of a connection from somebody else or through empowerment from somebody else. So it's like not only the foundation blocks for an ongoing donating machine, but a dreamscape land where all dreams are possible through this community. So before I move on to the second part of the self-care presentation I have, I do want to give you guys some just a few minutes to write down anything that you're hearing for yourself, anything that you're discovering on this first portion of self-care. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple seconds to wrap it up. All right, so moving on to self-care part 2. So people usually don't relate to clothing as self-care, as Michelle mentioned, but you know, it makes sense when you say what you put on your body matters, right? So of course, clothing is a crucial part of self-care because it absolutely impacts how you feel throughout the day. What's worked for me, I'm sorry. So just to go over some examples of how people relate to themselves with self-care with clothing. It's like sometimes people dress for comfort or dress for what's easy or what will hide your body or different ways of relating, basically. And you choose to get dressed basically by the thoughts that you have in your head about it. So what are the thoughts that you're putting on as you get dressed? Like, really think. Is it when you're down in the dumps, are you dressing in all black and like staying in? And what's the scenario? What are the thoughts that you put on as you get dressed? So for me, what really worked is choosing to relate to clothes like a superhero costume or an outfit. I don't know if you guys were raised in superhero movies, but that was my entire life growing up. So what has getting dressed be my favorite part of the day is the feeling of getting to choose my superhero outfit for the day. Like, who do I want to be for the day? Do I want to be a boss? Do I want to feel like I have a voice? Do I want to feel like I can nail this date or nail this presentation? Or what is it that you want to feel with the outfit? And like, I know that makes sense. Like, yeah, that makes sense to dress like that. But a lot of times we're on autopilot. We don't realize our inner habits. And sometimes people don't dress like that. They don't dress with intentional, like, feeling like that. It's really more how you're feeling now instead of how do you want to feel. So my invitation in this conversation is for you to begin to look at how do you choose to get dressed, and if choosing to get dressed for how you want to feel could make a difference for you. And let's see what I have here, because I'm just all so for now, I guess I would like to get 2 shares, or 1 to 2 shares, on how you currently get dressed. What is your reality now? Anybody want to share?
You can send it in the chat, or you can raise your virtual hand to participate. You can send your questions in by chat, or you can raise your virtual hand at the bottom of the screen. Yeah. Okay, good. Anybody? Somebody?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Karen says I dress depending on the event or occasion.
Okay, so more for the setting. Got it.
We have one more. We got one more here. Go ahead.
When I get dressed, I like my clothes to just fit a certain way.
Okay, dressing for the fit. Okay, got it. Dressing for the setting or the style or the cut and the fit on your body. Gotcha. Okay. So this is good. These are like the normal, like, autopilot.
I dress based on the meeting. I get dressed based on the meetings I have and how brave I need to be.
Okay, gotcha. That's a good one too. And then we have another one based on the weather and what I'm doing for that day. Also the color I want to wear. Okay. Or dress for comfort and also expression, exploring creativity. Yes. Okay, amazing. So we all have different ways we like to relate to as far as getting dressed. A lot of times it's like exterior, where it's the setting, it's the occasion that we have, it's the cut, the fit that we're used to dressing in, that we look good in or whatever. And so now I want to continually in this conversation try to focus on how you want to feel. Because a lot of the times we don't think like that. We don't use our outer to pull in like how we want to actually feel internally, like fully. Sometimes getting access to that is by using the outer to get the in, like a yin-yang relationship. So it really is deeper than you think. It's like the outside, people don't really think of it as self-care, but if you use it in a way to reach within, it really becomes a whole different ball game. It becomes the opportunity to be able to get access to the person you want to become just by tapping in what you want to wear. So, let's see. For instance, someone may never wear a certain type of clothing, like, let's say, like a more revealing or sexy kind of clothing, because they might have, thoughts of, people will think I want attention, or wanting, like, I don't know, people will think it's too much, or blah, 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 blah. Basically, all these considerations based on other people, or fear of what other people would think or say. Instead of choosing to wear something because of how you want to feel, and being able to be like, yeah, I want to wear this because, man, I feel sexy as hell in this. And getting just really crystal clear of who you are, and not letting anyone or anything, like, phase you, So it's like a process of really owning who you are and choosing something with an intention. That way, if you're super crystal clear on who you are, nothing can phase you. It's not a person and what they say or anything. So, if you are going to choose who you're going to be in the world, then choosing what you wear is part of doing that. Now, what is everyone getting from this? Who wants to share how it's been, what you're discovering for yourself, or any thoughts? Or in the chat.
You can talk to the mic. Well, you're fine. You can say it from there.
I'll say for me, what it has been was comfortable in covering.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to cover, make sure this is not shown, make sure, that was installed in me growing up. And as a plus size woman, it was always make sure you dress appropriately, don't show.
Mm-hmm.
The way I'm moving into, or the direction I'm going into, is not just comfort. I do believe you should be comfortable, but don't be so self-conscious of other people's thoughts on what I want to wear. Still have respect for my body, but still enjoy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good, so I can feel better in my clothes. Because when you get dressed and you feel good about yourself, you act better. You know what I mean? Yeah. You start feeling better. So that's the direction I'm going into.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's like, exactly. I mean, and it kind of also goes into my experience doing this preparation work for the summit. I realized I was lacking like a huge amount compared to where I used to be because of the pandemic and just being staying home. What was once my favorite part of the day now is like non-existent. I was rolling out of bed in my pajamas and working all day and then like showering at 4 and throwing on my next set of pajamas and like not cute pajamas. And it really affected how I felt about myself, my level of productivity. There's a whole world that you get access to when you choose to dress with intention of like transforming your day for who you want to become, because I even feel fabulous because I have my self-care summit shirt on and I have my Carolmine shorts and like just felt like, yes, I'm ready to celebrate Caroline's 3rd birthday. And it really does matter. It really does impact if you relate to it that way. Like if it's another day of autopilot, then you don't get access to it. But if you choose to relate to it in that way, like this is my superhero costume today, then you get access to a whole nother world. And let me see where I'm at. Let's see.
Two people who shared.
Oh,
yeah. I will tell them to you.
Oh, online? Or
hold on, yep.
Actually, right up there. Can you see it, Michelle? The bottom two from Jack.
Okay, yes. I'm recommitting to dressing with intention. It moved, so. Yeah, dressing with intention. Sometimes we need a reminder. Thank you. Hearing you say this will make me more intentional about the mood I want to evoke for the day. Awesome.
Yes.
I have to say, during quarantine, I did get dressed, do my hair, and spray my favorite scents every day.
Yes, Queen. So just almost through here, guys. A little part that I got from realizing that I've been slacking in my favorite part of the day was getting with the times and creating a comfort zone loungewear line, because who doesn't want to feel comfy and cute at the same goddamn time? Like literally, it was like I had dressy clothes, I had beach clothes, I had that whole world, and then down in the dumps about my day-to-day life, and I'm like, hello, I have a boutique, I can get with the times and just make it easy. So comfy and cute has been our slogan for a while, because I love getting access to exactly what you shared, second row. I don't know your name, but exactly that energy is how I wanted people to feel in my clothing, like getting access to being comfortable but also feeling great. And now we just turned it over to the loungewear side of things. That way people can have access to feeling amazing and whatever mood you want to create for the day during your work days, because I know a lot of us are working from home. So now I would like to end my time by saying, yes, self-care is a personal thing, but it also arises in community. By being you, your best you allow people in your community to be the best versions of them too. It's called inspiration. So I want you guys to be stars. By being a star, you inspire others to be stars too. Each with your own unique passions and journey, all with the same bright light. So do what you gotta do. I will never stop preaching on the different layers of self-care because it really does start there. It doesn't matter how dim your light may feel, you are a star, I promise. Thank you again for allowing me to celebrate Carolmine's 3rd birthday with you guys, and it's just been such an honor to be part of such an amazing, powerful, and influential group. So really giving it all away 365 days a year is end game. So if you're in, make sure to follow, shop, and share, and just be a star. And, for Carolmine's birthday, we're doing a 50% off all our sale items, which we only do twice a year, as well as the new arrivals and a Animal Crossing island tour, virtual tour after this. So if you play Animal Crossing, come join. And thank you so much for having me.
All right, people, Q&A. Ask away. Any questions?
Yes, any questions?
Mrs. Arthur.
Hi.
Yes, Arthur. Do you have a question?
Yeah, what is the impact of me missing this whole thing on you?
Did you just sign on, Richard? Arthur.
Somebody just got my communication.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, and all is well.
All is well.
Thank you so much. Something came up, and it was emergency time.
Oh,
it's all good.
What's
so
my...
does anyone have any questions regarding clothing, what to dress, how it makes you feel?
Okay, I got what's my Instagram handle, and I typed it in wrong. It's the second one. Shop Carolmine.
What is the IG handle? Oh, she did that. Anything else? All right. Remind everyone that they'll be getting the resources.
Just as a reminder of all the information and contact information for all of our speakers and presenters will be provided to you. We'll send you an email, and that's it. Thank you, Jenny.